Patty Ice fucking saved our ass, man. Holy hell. Holy shit. That guy has some huge nuts.
He does. Very impressive. I know we've said some derogatory things about him in the past and have been pretty critical of him, but he impressed me. I gained a lot of respect in my book.
For those of you that don't know, we basically, on the pod last week, we basically touted Bryson like no other. And I'm pretty sure I got multiple texts from people saying they were on Bryson based on our pod. And we're the dumbasses that just didn't bet him because we thought everybody and their mother was betting him, which they were. And we just didn't think the gambling gods would allow everybody to win. So, and then on Saturday, we were both just like, what the fuck are we doing? We're just fucking retards. And I still believe we're retards. We still should have bet them.
Yeah, uh, I was solemn. It was a very solemn weekend for me, and I learned a valuable lesson. And I remember I had a conversation with God on Sunday during this tournament, and I said, please let me get away with this one without learning the hard way. I learned my lesson. I get it. Okay, I get it. I was wrong. I'm an idiot. But just let me learn this lesson the easy way, and I promise I won't make the same mistake again. And my promise here was, look, I'm a contrarian by nature, and I loved Bryson. You and I both loved him. We talked about him the whole time. He was our favorite bet by far.
I
Perfect
talked
fit for
about him
the.
at the Northern Trust with you. I was like, I'm all in on Bryson next week. I think it was like Friday at the Northern Trust. I was like, this guy makes a zillion birdies. I'm all in on next week.
Yeah, we plan on betting him forever, including up until the day we recorded. During recording, the next day we were planning on betting him, and then I get sucked into this Twitter machine, and I'm a contrarian. I don't like it. I don't like the groupthink mentality. I know a lot of people do, but for me, it's just a big turnoff for me. And I'm seeing people tweet, "I've never bet a golf tournament in my life, but guess what? I'm betting Bryson this week." Like it was everybody. Like I think my grandmother called me. She's like, "How do you bet Bryson this week?" Looking for me to go to the casino or something. So it just turned me off too much. So I didn't do it. And then the second I knew we didn't do it, I knew we were in trouble.
Yeah, I remember Wednesday night we were like, "Who the fuck are we taking here? We have some guys to add." We're going through Spieth, Casey, fucking Bryson was still an option. Granted, when we did tout him, he was like 28, 30 to 1. And the best number we got was, I think, was 20.
Yeah.
So it was a little
And
different. I mean,
so I don't mean to sound insensitive to the people who had the ticket, because we've had some bad beats this year, and that would have been the worst one ever. So I don't mean to sound like, I'm happy everybody lost, because we had a lot of our listeners and a lot of our friends had Bryson. So it's not like that, but again, it would have been tough to swallow.
yeah, that was a rough beat for you guys. I was rooting for KLA hard, but that was a rough beat. Man, are we KLA guys now?
I think I am. I think during that conversation with God, I mentioned that too, that I was the Cantlay guy now. If
I
we
don't
won,
know if I could be a Cantlay guy, man. He needs a new fucking face. His face, his lips, his fucking ears. He just like he had big nuts in that playoff, but there's just something about his fucking face that just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if I could be a Cantlay guy, but he had some huge stones.
no, he's not entirely likable, especially watching him play. Like there's something that's not likable about him, clearly.
He tries to have that Jordan tongue. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You're like a pale, pasty white guy. Like, come on, you can't do the Jordan tongue. There's only one guy that can do the Jordan tongue.
Yeah, but God, those putts were nails, man.
They were. I mean, he gained fucking 14 strokes putting. What a performance on the week.
And not that my criticism of him was ever about his clutch performance or whatever, but man, I gained so much respect for him in that regard.
Yeah. How about on the par three when Bryson stuck it to 5 feet and then he just shoves it right up his ass, puts it
Oh,
in
that
like
was
2
good,
feet.
man. That was an amazing shot. And
The putt
Bryson was
on 18 to get into the playoff, that was like, yeah. And then the last playoff hole, it's like whoever makes this first is winning. I knew if Cantlay made that putt, Bryson was missing it. And if he missed, Bryson was going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Bryson was going to cry. Like the whole time I was thinking, I was like, if Bryson loses, he's going to cry on TV. I really thought he was gonna.
Yeah. It's never his fault, man. Never his fault on a bad shot.
He duffs the chip and he goes, "It came out really bad. It came out." It's like, what do you mean? I mean, that's like what I do sometimes with the local par three.
He's got to work on his around the green game. He was fucking putting everything.
He's just so
Even
focused.
from in the rough, he was putting.
I mean, he's preparing for long drive competitions and stuff. I mean, you got to focus on. There's more to golf than that, and
He
he
ripped
does
that place apart, though, man. Holy shit!
just
Some of
like
the
we thought he
drives were
would.
impressive. Some of those drives were impressive. I
And there was
thought
no
Rory
trouble.
was good. I thought Rory was good too, man. He just had a bad Friday. He can't shoot -2 in a with the low score. Your low round for the week had to be 65 or 66, like 6 under. I thought Rory played great. Drove the ball fantastic.
Yeah, and that's what you see with Rory when he's at his best. Like when he's just piping the drive and he's second in the field off the tee, which he was. That's when you know he's who he is. Putting was good. Putting was good. Approach game a little off. That was kind of I guess what separated him. But no one really had a crazy like Bryson wasn't good on approach. Cantley was a good on approach. They're both gaining 14 and 9 strokes putting respectively. And then I think Rory was right in the top 5 or top 10 somewhere. So
Yeah, no one was crazy on approach. Looking at it here. Well, I pull this up. So, what did you think of the overall playoff? I mean, Bryson was in control the entire time.
I mean, that's golf. At some point, you're kind of thinking like a lot of times in these playoffs, it turns out the guy who doesn't deserve the win is the guy who wins.
Yeah, Bryson definitely should have won. Although I can't believe he got to the next hole after he put it in the creek there.
Yep. I felt bad for him at that time. When I saw him going, I was like, oh, man, because I love Bryson. He was acting weird I mean, he just doesn't know what to do in that spotlight. Like the awkward club twirls, the weird fist pump when he like held it there like a robot, and then running down the fairways running down the fairway on the par 3, like sprinting to the hole. He did so many weird things, man. Like
He has
it
no
makes
self-awareness.
you got to feel for the guy. He's something going on.
Yeah, nobody on approach. Nobody in the top. EVR 6.5. He led. Sanjay 3.4. Neiman 3.9. Neiman was nowhere. Couldn't putt. Yeah. No one really. I mean, EVI was up there, I guess.
I mean, it didn't seem like a hole conducive to like sticking shots because you have 6 holes where they're basically free birdies and they're like 2-putt birdies.
Yeah. Hey, fucking Bryson lost on approach.
I think Cantley did slightly too, didn't he?
No, Cantley gained a stroke.
Yeah, on Sunday they both were losing.
Rory lost on approach too.
What do you think of the course?
I mean, I thought the course was fantastic viewing wise. I thought it was a great course. That third hole, the par 3, looking down, I thought it was great. But it was so soft, and it was just not a PGA course. But I would love to play that course.
Yeah, I think it's a great course for what it used to be. I mean, there's a reason they haven't had a tour event there, and I know they've been working for a couple of years to try to make it suitable for a tour event. This is what I said on the preview show. No matter what they do, I don't see the PGA Tour guys not ripping it up. I knew it the whole time. I said in my preview, I said they're going to tear the place up. I don't care what you do. They're trying to grow the rough. They're trying to make it longer. It wasn't set up to be a test for them. And we saw that with Bryson. Those are the courses that Bryson completely annihilates. The ones that aren't suitable to be PGA Tour events because you can get away with a miss so easily.
Yeah. Yep.
He didn't miss too many, but the ones he did, he got away with them.
He did. Bryson's a pussy. I don't know. I love Bryson, but he's a pussy.
Yeah, the getting people escorted and stuff. It's tough. It's tough to defend him. But I felt for him at that time. The Brooksy thing is so stupid. I'm so sick of the Brooksy thing, and I know he should be able to handle it. I get it, but
you got to be able to handle it, though, dude. It's like these NBA guys get it all the time. You got to be able to handle it.
Yeah, I know.
He brought it on himself.
Separate point though. Like, who thinks that's funny anymore?
No, it's not. But you're just gonna get it. Fans get fucking lick it up, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna heckle you.
Yep.
I felt like the fans were all about him this week, though.
Everything I saw was positive. They were screaming every time he took a shot, and positively they were rushing him. Like when he walked by, remember in a couple of those holes, he seemed like he had a lot of support from the fans. So he has nothing to complain about this week.
Do you think he choked in the playoff, or do you think the putts just didn't go down?
I don't see him as a choker. I mean, he's won bigger events than this, obviously. So it doesn't change my overall perspective on him at all. I know that wasn't your question, but did he choke? I guess, I don't know. When you're like shoving putts 5 feet, you kind of think maybe it's a little choke.
Yeah, missing a couple still 6 footers. You got to make those. Cantley
Gonna
made
put-
them all.
Did you think he choked?
After
He choked a
after
little bit. I mean, he
that
choked a little bit.
the biggest choke was on 17 after Cantley went into the water.
Yes. Yeah, he didn't
That was
flub the
like,
chip.
how the hell did Cantley not lose any strokes?
Someone compared this to the Henley one, and I think it's not as bad as the Henley one at all, and because Henley didn't have to beat anybody; he just had to not lose. And with Bryson, you
Yeah, Bryson
can't.
and Cantley were match and match all the
Yeah,
entire
Cantley
tournament.
chasing. Cantley was doing stuff. When Henley lost, he was just beating himself.
Yeah.
I mean, if Henley did what Bryson did, he wins by 4 shots. So I mean, it wasn't that big of a collapse. I don't think. I think Cantley was just great.
I think Henley was more Neiman like.
Yeah, but he had the 2-foot miss. Like,
Yeah, that. But like Neiman didn't have to do that much, and he didn't do anything really. You know,
that's true. Yeah, didn't make any mistake. Didn't make any bogeys
didn't make
though.
any mistakes, but he just didn't make enough birdies on a bird fest course.
Yeah, some tough ones this year, and luckily we weren't on this one.
Yeah. Sorry to all the guys that were on Bryson. Best of luck.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
Best of luck next time. We're gonna get him this week, hopefully. Last week of the year.
All right, let's get into the Tour Championship here. I mean, a little bit of a thing. You know, I know nobody loves it. I mean, it's either people hate it or they don't mind it. Like, do you know anybody who loves this format?
Yeah, I'm probably the only guy that does is the guy that wins 15 mil at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, yeah. It has flaws, but there's no perfect way to do it. So I have no issue with it. It's not the funnest thing to bet.
I agreed with Rom's take. I just feel like it's like when the Patriots went 18-0, you still have to play the last game from 0-0. You know, like everybody has gotten this far. Top 30 guys of the season gotten this far. Now you start from scratch on a new fucking course. You know, I feel like it just should be a regular stroke event.
Yeah, that's one way. Yeah, one way to look at it. I mean,
I know there's other ways that might be better, but that's just how I feel. I was
yeah.
fine with it before.
I mean, you want Stuart Sink winning this Tour Championship if everything's even and he wins? You think like someone like that deserves it?
If he wins the Tour Championship, what's the matter?
Yeah,
Because it's a season-long event, season-long thing, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
right.
I didn't mind what it was before, where you'd have a Tour Champion winner and still have a FedEx. You could have a still different FedEx winner.
Yeah, that was just weird though. The
It
Tiger year,
happened a bunch of times. JT Xander year happened too.
the Tiger year made it weird though because there's so many people, so many casual people watching, and it was very confusing for them.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Okay,
It's
well,
Tiger Woods.
all right, here we go. So East Lake, most of us are pretty familiar with East Lake. It's a par 70, 7,319 yards, Bermuda grass greens. Greens are very fast. They've either been lightning or fast for the past forever. Donald Roth design. So it's not an easy course. It's actually somewhat difficult, and it's short. So it's a place where you got to be a shot maker. You got to put the ball in the fairway. You got to, you got to play with strategy. It's not a course where I'd say like a Bryson could just take it apart. It's a course you got to manage the course right. And a lot of players like that you see win. Like Henrik Stenson has a good track record there. Guys like that. So the difficulty, there's some fast greens, the undulating greens. All different types of guys can compete here. Anything to add on the course?
So I saw an interesting stat today. Since 2010, the Tour Championship winners have averaged more strokes gained off the tee per round than stroke gained approach.
That's rare.
0.69 strokes gained off the tee per round compared to stroke gained approach 0.41. And 3 of the last 5 winners at East Lake led the field that week in strokes gained off the tee, which I was very shocked by this. I just figured this was like a second shot golf course, you know?
Yeah, that is interesting. I think
None of the last 6 winners were in the top 5 on approach.
Wow. So, wow, very interesting. So I think what that means is I don't think that means necessarily that power is the biggest thing. I think you just have to have good drive, just drive the ball well, right?
You'd think so, but the specific stat was off the tee.
Well,
So
off
I
the
don't know.
tee's accuracy and distance
Right.
combined.
So I looked at last 24 rounds and last 12 rounds off the tee leaders. I mean, obviously Bryson's first in both. Last 24, you got Bryson, Brooks, Rahm, Rory, Sergio, Vic, Connors, JT, Neiman. That's your top 10 off the tee. Last 24. Last 12, which I think might be better indication because this is the third week in a row playing. You know, a lot of guys played St. Jude. So you're getting St. Jude, Liberty National, and BMW last week. You got Bryson, Rory, Rahm, Sanjay, Sergio, Brooks, Vic, Connors, Cantlay, and Decky.
Yeah.
Spieth was dead last in both off the
Wow.
tee.
Yeah. I was looking at good drives gained earlier for something I was writing, and I noticed Spieth was dead last in that too.
And then you have your course history guys. I mean, you got JT, Rory, X, Spieth, sort of Spieth. JT, he's played here played here 5 times. He's never finished outside the top 7. 2 second place finishes as well. That one time he was first, he was -10 going into the 2019. He ended up finishing third. He had a horrible, or not a horrible, he shot +1 on Thursday. Finished third. So, and then Rory at the tour. I mean, he's played it 7 times. His worst finish is 16th. He's got 6 top 10s, won it twice, a second. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then X, X the Tour Championship was wild. He won it the year as a rookie. Second last year he won the without strokes. Second in 19, seventh in 18, and obviously first in 17. So he's played it 4 times. He's got a second, first, seventh.
Course history definitely seems to be important here.
Big time. Spieth, he was actually good at golf, which I'm questioning whether he is good at golf right now. What's his deal?
I texted you when we were thinking about betting him on Tuesday night, and I said, or Wednesday night, and I was like, I don't know if he's good at golf anymore. Like, he was definitely bad for since this return. He was bad for way longer than he was good for, and now he's kind of not that great again.
Yeah. So as a rookie, he finished second in 2013, 27th and 14. So it's almost dead last. 1 in 15, which is when he was the best golfer in the world. 17th and 7th and 17. Hasn't played this since 2017. So he's kind of course history guy. But the big question is, does he suck at golf again now? Which he might. I'm leaning that direction as well.
Yeah, he definitely could. So course-wise, yeah, that's interesting that you brought what you kind of just said there. Kind of doesn't maybe second guess kind of what I was looking at, but I still think, I mean, guys who put the ball in the fairway are going to be in great shape.
Oh yeah, you got to put it in the fairway here. Got to put it in the fairway here. You put it in the fairway here, you can get it. I mean, no one's going to shoot a 62 really. Lowest rounds are probably going to be 64. Maybe you'll get a guy gets hot on the greens and they'll shoot a 63, 62, but usually not likely. It's usually a 64 is the low round for the day. So it's tough track, short but tough. Bermuda guys as well.
I think that's kind of what we want to see after last week. Leaderboard, I know most of you guys probably know this already, but the top 5 get Cantlay at 10 under, Bryson at 8 under, Finau at 7, Rahm at 6, and Cam Smith at 5 under.
You get it. I think Finau's 8 and Bryson 7. Finau's
you sure?
Yep. Looking at the PGA website right now.
Okay.
Yeah, Bryson's 3rd, Finau's 2nd.
Okay, yep. I was looking at the wrong thing. All right. Yeah, so let's get into the odds here.
All right, so I mean, what's your strategy here? You going with the there's 2 ways to bet this thing. Most sites are posting with the strokes, with Cantlay starting at -10, and then there's other guys posting, and you got other guys posting without the strokes, so just a regular. I'm probably gonna bet both. I think you lean in one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm
You
a
hit
fan of
this
it.
a couple years ago.
Yeah, I hit this with Rory. He started at 5 under, and I believe he was 8-1. And that was my only bet, and I hammered it, and he won. So I liked that. I I like doing it with the strokes personally. I just it's easier to follow. There's one outcome that you're rooting for, and then betting both of them is just kind of nah. I like throwing all my eggs in one basket. I want to win it this way, and also it brings in some other variables when you bet the non-strokes. Like, for example, a guy who starts at 4 under, is it easier for him to win the tour championship, or is it easier for him to have the lowest score? I think winning the tour championship might be easier because anyone 4 under and below, you don't have to beat them. You only have to beat the guys above them. So it might. I think it's kind of fool's gold. It seems like it's easier to have the lowest stroke overall. You might get better odds that way, depending on who you are. But I personally prefer to do with strokes.
So they've only played it twice. In 19, Rory won both. He won the FedEx, and he was the lowest that week. And then last year, DJ won the FedEx, but Xander beat everybody by 3 strokes for the without the strokes thing. So
Thinking back on,
go ahead.
I was gonna say DJ wasn't great that week, from what I remember.
I thought he wasn't either, but I was looking at it, and he still. So Xander shot 15 under for the week. Scheffler was 12 under, and then DJ and JT were 11 under.
Man, that's pretty good.
Those are the top 4.
I mean, so most winners in the 15 under range, not including strokes.
Yeah, I think when Tiger won it, Tiger was 13 under. I know when Rory won it, he finished 18 under, but he said he started 15, so he was 13 under. That's usually where the score is. Looking at it, like, all right, just going back, 2011, Bill Haas -8, Snedeker -10, Henrik -13, Billy -11, Spieth -9, Rory -12, Xander -12, Tiger -11. And you would add Rory -13, X -15. So they got after it last year.
Back to the early discussion here. The first 6 guys you mentioned are all short hitters.
They are, yep.
All fairway guys.
But then you get studs the last 5 years.
But studs can win anywhere, right?
Yeah, well, Tiger, Rory, DJ. Then you can throw X in there, I guess. But
yeah.
So, all right, let's just do this with the strokes. How far back can you be?
Okay, so last couple of years when I have been betting this, especially the Rory year, when I felt like I had a really good feel on it, I thought 5 under was the number. But that year in 2019, you had JT at the top. It was coming off one of the best weeks of golf I've ever seen at Medina when he won the BMW. And then last year he had DJ, who was all-time great season, or all-time great stretch.
DJ is basically what Rahm is this year.
Yeah. So
probably better, actually.
So this year, it's not quite, I don't think you have to be 5 under, but I do think you might want to be 3 under.
I was thinking 2 has a chance. Only reason why is like I'm viewing Rahm as the leader here, man. Starting at -6. The only reason why is I hate this course for Bryson. He's played terrible here all the time. Like every time he's played, he hasn't been good. Finau, I don't love the course for him. He's not a Bermuda guy at all. He's a bent guy, true and true. Never plays well in Florida. I'm considering this somewhat of a Florida type course, you know. And then
Cantlay, par 70 Bermuda water.
Cantlay, I mean, I know he just put on a great performance, but is he going to gain 14 strokes putting again?
He's not a Bermuda guy either.
And he's not a Bermuda guy either. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. So, like, I'm considering Rahm the leader, and that's how I'm going to go after this thing.
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair.
Is it dumb for me to ignore the top 3 here? I just don't think those 3 guys are going to win.
I don't either. I feel pretty confident those 3 guys aren't going to win. And if they do, I mean, so be it. But is Finau going to win the Tour Championship? I don't think so.
No, he was low round yesterday, but there's another bent course. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think that's right.
So I'm looking at it this way. The leader's at -6. If I want to jump on some guys, you get some guys here at -4. JT, English, Spieth. And then -3, you got Morikawa, Vic, Louie, DJ. And then -2, you get 3 big guns. Rory, X, Brooks.
All right.
I don't know if we can go to the -1, right? X is a big gun at this event.
He is. Yep. What's he, -1 or -2?
He's -2.
Okay, I think 2 is the cutoff.
Okay, so we're throwing out Connors, Decky. Throwing out Decky.
I mean,
Decky, he can go low.
he can. Bermuda though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
He sucked last week. Yeah.
Sink, obviously. Neiman, you're throwing out. Scheffler, definitely
Yep.
a good guy. Throw him out. You can
Throw him out.
This guy intrigues me, but probably in the non-strokes is Berger.
Yeah, he's one of the guys you consider in that one.
Is Reed playing?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so.
All right, so you really have 29 guys. Okay. All right, so with the strokes, let's get into the odds here.
Well, don't quote me on the Reed thing because I literally forgot he existed until you just mentioned that.
Yeah, he's even anyways. He's not going to win or anything. So,
all
right, so with the strokes, so that's to win the FedEx Cup. Yeah, Cantlay at 4-1, Rahm at 4-1, Bryson at plus 450, Finau 7-1. Those are your top four guys. Then we get a big jump. Anything there? We just discussed it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're one of those. I know you're not, but talking to the people out there, if you're one of those bettors who try to win like $48, $50 on a bet, maybe you could go for Rahm or one of those guys. But it's just so difficult to bet guys to win what we're looking to win. So you can't bet guys under 8-1, 7. That has to be the cutoff. So just throw them out for me.
I do have a Rahm take here. I don't know if you want to wait for it.
No, go for it.
Rahm 7-1 with the no strokes. That's better odds than he was last week. Isn't that a good number?
There's only 30 guys in the field.
There's only 30 guys in the field this week, maybe 29, and there was 69 guys in the field last week, and he was 6-1.
Is he 7-1 with no strokes?
He's 7-1 with no strokes.
Okay, but last week he was coming off 3 starts with no worse finish than third, and last week he looked very human. Looked human though.
Okay, but he still shot 8 under and 7 out of the first 2 rounds. He looked human over the weekend. He couldn't drive it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you in terms of the value. I just don't know if I'm feeling him here.
Yeah, he wasn't terrible last year. He was -9. I just think 7-1, like he was 6-1 last week, and this is much easier for him to win this week.
Yeah, I know. We're just talking like a short par 70 Bermuda course. I know he can win anywhere. I get it. But
yeah. Okay, I just thought that was interesting. I mean, like, how is he better odds this week than
definitely interesting, yeah.
So, all right, pass on those 4 guys with the strokes. Then we get some good numbers here. You got JT 16, DJ 20. I've seen him at 25. Spieth 25, Weasel 25. A lot of people ask me who the Weasel is. For those that haven't been listening, that's Cam Smith for us. He's just a little weasel. Just watch his game. You'll understand why we call him Weasel. Rory 25, and the Rat Abe Answer 28.
Yeah, and with Weasel, real quick, it's not just the game; it's also how he looks. He has the mullet. It's a combo of, it's just the perfect name. It's just the perfect name. Very interesting guys there. I mean, I don't know. Give me your take first. I'm not sure.
I like JT, man. -4. 16-1. I think I saw it 19-1.
Yeah. Are you sure nothing's off with him?
I don't know what is off with him.
He can't finish good. He can't finish high.
He finished 4th at the Northern Trust.
Was he ever in it though?
No, there was 3 guys in it.
Yeah, just he's finished. So that was his first top 10 since the Players.
Yes. Yep. It was.
I don't know. It's like he's playing well, but it's just there's something missing with him. He doesn't feel like
back off the tee. He's gained off the tee in 6 straight events, 7 straight events.
Yeah, I'm definitely not.
He had a top 10 at the Scottish though too.
Yeah. I mean, Min Woo Lee won.
That was a good event. That was a strong field.
No, it was, but I just don't know if I'm ready to count it. Yeah, I agree with you. The number's good. That starting spot is very desirable. I like that -4 range. I think it's a good spot to start. I just have some concerns with him. I don't know what it is. Something's holding me back. There's something holding me back.
Don't you think though? He's like kind of he can like I don't know, no pressure really. I don't know. He's at -4. You just
No, I agree. It's a great spot. It's a good spot. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get there.
only 2 back around. That's how I'm viewing it. Really.
Yeah. Is he? I talked to you about this earlier. I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. From what I remember, the guys who win this event have had a great season. Like overall, looking back, they had a really strong season. And I could be wrong, could be just making that up, but that's how I feel. Like even Billy Horschel, when he won, he had a great FedEx Cup run. He was, competing in these events. And then when Stenson won, he had a great year. He won the race to Dubai that year. He was great, right? And then my point is, even the lesser players, when they win this thing, it's in the midst of a great season.
Yeah, the only one that was really X. Like he was a rookie, won the Greenbrier in the swing season. Didn't have a great season, but
Yeah, that's not a great season, no. So it could be in my head, but that was just kind of what I was thinking earlier.
But yeah, DJ Rory, great seasons. Tiger, he did have a good season. He only won the Zozo. No, he didn't. No, he won the Zozo after that. Tiger was competing in the majors, so yeah, he had a good season. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a great Tiger season, but a good season. Yeah, 15. Spieth was the best player. I don't know what Bill Haas and Snedeker did. Snedeker was good back then. You know, he was on the Ryder Cup back then. Your boy Camilo won back in 2008.
Wow.
Beat Sergio in a playoff.
Sergio's here. Good for him.
He is. We'll get to him. So does that mean you're out on JT?
No, it doesn't mean that. And he won the Players, obviously. I mean, good season, but I don't know. Something's holding me back. I don't know what it is. I could get there, but right now it's very difficult for me to commit to him right now. We've
Okay.
laid off him every week, and it's worked out fine.
What about DJ? I started DJ 25.
I think I prefer DJ to JT just because you saw it click a lot for him last week too. Off the tee was great.
Yeah, but we saw a click for JT. Northern Trust.
Yeah,
You like the fit for him?
for DJ,
Yeah.
he did win it last year, but he was unconscious last year.
Yeah, let's see. He has good history besides last year. Yeah.
It's tough because the instinct is saying you want to go for these top guys, but I like the bets on these other guys, but these mid-tier guys better. Is that crazy?
You would rather bet Harry English at -4 at 33 to 1 than DJ at -3 at 25 to 1. Is that what you're telling me?
Sadly, yes.
Where has this golf season gone?
It's out of hand. It needs to end the last week.
It does need to end. I kind of agree with you though. It's just the way the season has gone. All these weirdos are fucking winning.
Yeah. And it's like the hotter golfer wins these events. Although Finau wasn't hot at all going to Northern Trust, and then Cantlay was playing pretty well. But yeah, DJ's almost like JT, not to the point, but I think something's off with him too. I mean, he hasn't won an event this year. Is this going to be his only win?
Well, technically he won the Masters, which I guess shouldn't count, but yeah. That's the only reason why he's here, to be honest with you, is because he won that Masters.
Yeah, he hasn't contended. And man, when's the last time he contended? When's the last
like
time JT contended? These guys.
I like JT over him.
Okay.
I like Rory better than both of them. Sadly, I can't quit him.
He's such a little tease.
He's so good here, man.
He's playing great. There's the thing with Rory, and I'm a Rory apologist for sure. I love the guy, and I always bet him. But here's the thing: like people look at a third, him finishing fourth last week, and be like, "You idiots bet Rory again. He sucks." if it's anybody else and they finish fourth, like, "Oh, it's a pretty good bet. Pretty good bet." The guy was 25 to 1 and finished fourth, and like then it means if you go back to him, you're a sucker.
He was 22 under. And like, what more can you do in a golf tournament? Shoot 22 under.
So I like Rory too. I'd rather bet him than both of them.
Yeah, getting a better number. He's -2. I don't know. His history is just amazing here. And if off the tee matters, dude, his off the tee here, So at the tour, off the tee. Last year, I don't even know if it counts for him because he almost had to leave, right, with his baby.
Oh yeah, that was right.
He gained 0.9 off the tee last year. The year he won, gained 5.3. The year Tiger won, remember he was in the final group with Tiger?
Yep.
Gained
Let him win.
4.1 off the tee. He won in 2016, gained 6.6. He said he let him win. 2015, 3.6. 2014, 2.6. 2012, 2.7. He always gains off the tee here.
And he's playing good, even more than how well he's playing. Like last week, I thought his attitude and the mentality he had seemed a lot better.
Yeah, he just that Friday fucked him. You can't shoot 70 at that course.
Yeah, and then Saturday, I don't know if you saw his press conference on Saturday, or not his interview after the round on Saturday.
Yeah, yep.
I thought that was really encouraging the way he was talking. He seemed so much more upbeat and positive, and like he just wasn't acting depressed.
Yeah, that's a good thing with him.
And then he played well on Sunday. I think he can carry the momentum in there.
Yep. Anything on these other guys? Spieth, Weasel, Answer.
No, on Weasel and Answer. Spieth is somewhat interesting. Number seems pretty fair. I saw 32, which is pretty good, but I'm in the camp that he sucks at golf again. I said that last week, and it turned out to be right. I just think he's not right now.
He's in that spot though at -4.
I like the spot. I love it.
Yeah.
But no, I just don't like him. I don't like. He hasn't been good for 3 weeks or more.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was hot, he was gaining 5, 6, 7, 8 on approach every week for 3 months. He was the best player in golf. Now he's gaining 1, losing, gaining 2. Like, it's different. He's not the guy he was 4 months ago. He's much closer to the guy he was in 2017.
Okay.
Sorry, 2018, 2019, not 2017.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to 30 plus. We got Harris English -4 at 33. X at -2, 33. Bermuda Burns, he's at -4 at 35. And Colin Morikawa -3 at 40-1.
Interesting.
Let's start there.
Okay.
Morikawa just dead?
He's not dead, but he's not playing well either. I mean, almost like clockwork. I tweeted, I think you remember, I tweeted Morikawa's approach stats and how they were over the past 12, 24, 36, 72, and how they were so much better than everybody else. It was amazing. It was like Tiger and Morikawa. And it used to be Tiger, JT, Morikawa. Nobody was touching him. Nobody. So I tweeted that out. Ever since then, like that area after he won the Open, it's been bad. Very bad on approach. He's almost now in his past 24 rounds, which is a pretty large sample size. He's now second.
I think he was good at the Olympics, but that's when he said he had that back injury. It was during
Yeah.
that final round at the Olympics. But
maybe that's what it is. But now he's not even first in his past 24 rounds. Now he's second to Daniel Berger, I want to say.
I think it's Berger. Yep.
So he's off. Yeah, it's Berger. Berger's 31.4. Morikawa's 25.4. He's close to Louie. He's just something's off. Whether maybe it's the injury, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's fatigue. Maybe it's coming off all the expectations and winning a major and all that stuff. I mean, what do you think?
I just think it's the back. I think it's the back. It's definitely, it has to be. I mean, it coincides with the last 3 events. He finished T3 at the Olympics, almost got the bronze, and then ever since then, he's 26, miscut, 63rd.
That's fair.
I think it's pretty simple, right?
Yeah. I'm laughing at our buddy Pedro's going crazy tweeting us over here, and he's waiting for the YouTube to come out. It's coming, bud. It's coming. Yeah.
But that's a good number, 40.
Well, that's one of the ones
-3.
No, that's one of the ones where when you don't bet it, you're like, what was I thinking?
Okay, what about X?
Good. What do you see? 33?
33.
Pretty good. Pretty good number. He definitely can win. I think 3 is a decent spot.
He's at -2.
2, decent spot. I don't know. What do you think?
He loves this place. Something about this place.
How were his stats last week?
X-Man. Gained off the tee. That's about it. Everything else was terrible.
I actually faded him in a couple matchups, and it worked out really well.
Stats were bad.
I'd rather bet Rory, man. I'd rather bet Rory.
Okay, that's
I'm
fair.
not betting both.
Yep, you can't. Well, actually, you probably could, but
No, I got a couple stiffs I got to bet instead.
yeah, I know. All right, so give me your stiff here. I know where you're going.
Well, I texted you this last night. My first look, I was like, man, I really like this guy. And the more I looked into it, the more I liked him. Harris English, 33 to 1. I think it's a good number for 4 under. And then I was thinking, like, man, is he the type of guy who's going to win the Tour Championship? Then looking at it, he kind of is, like Stenson type, Billy Horschel type guy who finds the fairway. He's not too short off the tee, but it's not going to kill him here. That distance is not really going to be a major disadvantage. He finds the fairways. He's 4th in good drives gained in his past 24. So he puts the ball in play, and he hits greens in regulation, which I think is definitely really important in here. Also, on lightning in fast Bermuda greens, he ranks 2nd in this field. So he's a great fast Bermuda putter, which I think is really important here. You got to find a hot putter, and hit the greens in reg, like I said. So I think and he's had a great season. I talked earlier about guys who I think of who have good seasons usually end up kind of winning this event. One of the best seasons of his career, obviously, won Tournament of Champions, won Travelers, and then he has 4 additional top 5s this season. So he's really having a great season, and he's also 4th in strokes gained total in his past 24 rounds. Sorry, he's actually, 2nd. I said that. Okay. So I do think he's the type of guy who can win here. I have a weird feeling. I can kind of see it in my mind's eye, which I know is doesn't mean anything, but to me it does.
I like him. I like everything you said. The only question with Harry is, can he stare down Rahm and win?
What do you mean Rahm's different than Kramer Hickok?
Yeah. You notice that those guys in that 6-hole playoff yesterday made some birdies, whereas none of those guys at the Travelers, they didn't make any fucking birdies.
No, that's true. No, it's definitely a fair point. But at 33, I like
The
the spot.
Bryson stuff definitely fucked with him at the St. Jude. Can he stare down? Pretty sure maybe not Rahm, but I'm pretty sure Rahm, Rory, maybe DJ or JT. One of those guys, one of those 4 are gonna be like there, I'm assuming, or near there. You know what I mean, on Sunday.
He's gonna have to beat one of them, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know which one. I would assume it's probably gonna have to be Rahm. But can he do that?
It's a very fair question. Who do you beat at TOC? I know it's a very different pressure-wise, but that's a strong field.
I thought it was
Neiman?
Neiman.
Yeah, it could have been Neiman. But, either way, very fair question.
JT was there too. It was Neiman and him in the playoff, but JT was 1 stroke out.
Yeah, it's a definitely fair question. It's something you can. He was bad that day. Was it St. Jude? Yeah.
He was good the front nine.
It happens, though. It happens.
Yeah.
It's a concern, but not as big a concern enough for me not to bet it. That's a problem that I worry about when it's the back 9 and he's a 1-shot lead on top. I'll worry about it then.
Okay.
Are you going to bet it?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have the same concern about this next guy. We'll get to the 40 range here. Sanjay M 40, Vic 40, Louie 45, and Brooks 50. Everybody else is 80 and above. So I think that's probably as low as you can go this week, to be honest with you. Unless you want to bet Berger at 125.
Yeah, I agree with you.
In my opinion, I don't know.
So who's the guy you like?
Sanjay. The guy's on a tear, man. His approach, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight weeks gaining on approach. Last week, gained across the board. 1.5 off the tee, 3.4 approach. Week before, 4.1 off the tee, 2.8 approach. Week before that, 3.1 off the tee, 4.7 approach. Par 70 Bermuda is his thing. He won on at the Honda. Par 70 Bermuda, tough track, very similar to this course, and obviously not as much water, but there's some water. I don't know. This is his thing. Par 70. The only question is par 70 Bermuda. The only question is, can he beat a Rom?
Yep.
40-1 at -3.
Yeah, I think. I mean, to be honest with you, I was coming in here and I was going to say the same thing you said. I had it all written down. They're pretty much exactly word for word what you said. He was a guy I was going to bet. English and Sungjae were my two bets coming in. I was going to see if you could convince me on some of the better guys, but I agree with you. Everything you said. I mean, par 70, Bermuda, playing really well. I mean, finally he's playing well. I mean, guys were betting him for months when he sucked, and now's the time when he's actually playing well. I have the same question you have. Can you win the Tour Championship? I don't know. I found it 45-1. I think that's juicy enough to say, all right, let's find out.
Yeah. So, can you picture Sanjay just being the FedEx champ? That's the thing.
It's tough to picture. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
the numbers are screaming him.
This is a perfect course for him, man.
Like, let me tell you my model real quick.
When he was playing well, those first 5 events, when he started gaining on approach, he wasn't putting. Gained 6.2 putting last week. Maybe the putter's getting hot. I didn't even think we were going to get this good of a number on him, to be honest with you.
5 stats I was looking at here. He is in the 5 stats. He was 10th, 4th, 4th, 3rd, 6th in the stats that I think are really important. And he's first in my model. He's playing so well. He's playing well, and he's the perfect course fit. So I just don't see how you can't bet him.
Plus, it takes we get our agent on the card too. We got to remember that.
That's right. And my dad always says to me, it doesn't matter if the Asian wins. He's like, whenever he's on the card, you guys win.
That's right. Is that a fact?
I don't know.
I
didn't challenge him on it. I just said, all right.
We had Decky on the card last week.
Yeah. And he saved us from Bryson beating Cantlay.
That's right. Oh, the Asian saves us again.
That felt even better than a win. When we had when we won on English, Kadire was on the card.
Boom. Who was the Asian when champ won?
It had to be somebody.
It had to be somebody. Someone look it up.
Yeah.
All right. What about these other guys? Little Prick, Louie Brooks. Good number on Brooks.
Nah, Brooks is 1 foot on vacation.
Playing Portnoy the week after.
Yeah, he's focused on that. He cares more about that than he does about this.
Okay. Louie -3 at 45. Felt the low round Saturday, man. He's pretty terrible here. I looked it up, but you would think he'd fit, right?
He fits you'd think that, but he also fits the guy who's having a great season.
Mm-hmm.
It would actually make sense. Like, I could envision the story like, oh, he comes close, and then all of a sudden he wins the Tour Championship, and there's this big story, and everyone acts like they think that's as big as the British Open would have been.
Yeah. I think I prefer Louie over Brooks. What about Vic? He's -340.
I prefer Louie over Brooks, Vic, and also I prefer him over Morikawa too.
Louie over them?
Yeah.
Over Vic too, you said?
Yep. I think Vic needs to reset and come back next year.
Just so weird we're betting Sanjay at the same number that we could bet Morikawa and Vic. And it'll start at the same number.
Is that true?
They're all -3.
All 3 of them are -3?
Yeah.
What's Vic's number again?
40. Same. Morikawa, Vic, Sanjay are all 40. And Louis 45. And they're all -3. And Brooks is 1 behind him and he's 50.
They're all pretty good numbers.
Could actually put a nice 6-pack together here. Are you going full out here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just
checking. I'm going full out. I just but it might not be anybody. I mean, Rory's the only guy to be honest, the only guy I can see myself betting below 33.
You don't like X, huh?
Nah.
I don't
I
know,
faded them
man.
my whole life. I can go one more week.
Okay.
He's 8 back. Yeah.
Really 4 back.
Yeah, I forgot. That's true.
Okay. Any other long shots? The only one would be Berger at 125, Scheffler at 90. Somewhat. That's about it, though. Sergio,
Yeah.
your boy, back. Is he back?
Nah. I mean,
For the time being.
it was great to see him do that. Maybe something in the swing again, like he did last year. But he's happy to be here, I think. He
What
played
about
well here
Berger?
back in the day, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost to Camilo in a playoff, and he lost in another playoff.
Berger's been lights out on approach. He's back to his par 70 Bermuda. I completely agree with you on that. He's looks like a good bet for it if you want to take somebody no strokes. What's he no strokes?
We're gonna get to that right now. So no bombs for you, right?
Nope.
No strokes here. Okay, let's get to the no strokes. I know you don't have too much interest, but I thought there was some good numbers here. All right, so this is just to be the low 72 hole score. Like last year, X didn't win the tour championship, but he was minus 15, beat everybody by 3 shots. You got Rom 7, DJ 12, X 12, Rory 12, JT 14, Bryson 14. Anything there? Like I said, I thought that Rom number was incredible.
It looks pretty good. I think I'd still rather bet Rory.
At 12?
No, I'd rather bet
Think
the
it's
other
worth
one.
it. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't bet any of those things.
Any of these numbers worth it?
Nope.
What about JT? 14 with no strokes, 16 with strokes.
I think you'd rather take the strokes. You're only going to beat 6 guys.
Okay. Obviously no one Bryson. Okay. Cantlay 16, Brooks 18, Finau 20, Spieth 20, Weasel 20.
No interest in any of those.
Okay. Scotty 22, Morikawa 25.
No.
Which Morikawa number would you prefer to bet?
I
40?
prefer the 40.
Okay. Louie 25,
Prefer the 45.
Berger 25.
Obviously, that's the one you'd consider. Because he can shoot 14 under and still lose. Definitely would lose.
Berger at 25, I feel like it's a good number. He's been 25 these last 2 events.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's it. If there's anything I would bet, and the way I'm thinking about this now, you say you want to do a full card. Like that would be one of my bets on the full card, not something separate.
Right.
So I could I could definitely see myself doing that one. That's the one I do like. Has he played
Okay.
here before?
I believe so.
I mean, you got to think it's a great fit for him.
Yeah, all the comp courses are Dan Berger courses. I mean, St. Jude, comp course, Honda, comp course. He plays them all great. Yeah, he's played it 4 times. Last year was 15th. I don't know where he started. And then 17th, he was 15th, 15th, 12th, 15, 16, 17. Those are all. So he finished in the top half of the field.
So he's played okay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little.
Well, this is the best he's played in his career. So.
And he's first in approach. Yeah, he's hot in approach. Although you did say approach didn't matter.
It's true. But where is he off the tee? No, nowhere to be seen off the tee. Sanjay is 5th off the tee, last 12.
Yeah, Sanjay's also third in.
Tee.
He's third in that Lightning Bermuda putting too.
Gotta get Sanjay in there, fellas.
English second, Sanjay third.
All right. Speaking of that Asian, Sanjay 28, Burns 28, Hovland 28, Decky 30.
What are your thoughts on Burns? You're the Burns guy.
Playing some good golf.
He's playing great. As much as I don't like him, he's playing great.
He won a short par 70 event this season.
Valspar, yep.
I feel like we're always sleeping on him.
Yeah, I definitely
he plays
am.
these short courses well. Valspar, was Byron Nelson short?
I think somewhat short. Spieth was there, yeah.
Travelers, St. Jude.
Yep. Makes sense.
Safeway, Amex, Heritage. Wow.
All short. Yeah, I probably won't bet him, but it makes sense.
I can't see Burns.
It's probably because he's good with a wedge, and he's better with a wedge than he is with a mid iron.
Yeah, he's never played here before. I don't know. I can't picture him winning the FedEx or being low
Or
man this week.
no. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean,
All right, I got one question though. You got Harry here, 33 with the strokes and 35 without. You think it's better to take the with the strokes, starting at -4?
yes, because in order for one of those types of guys to win, Rahm, Finau, Cantlay can't have a great week. Right? So you're looking at, say, Cantlay, Rahm, and Finau. We have to expect them to go somewhat backwards, or at least the top two, right? The top three, let's say Bryson, Rahm, and Bryson, Finau, and Cantlay have to go somewhat backwards. So if that happens, the winnings, he only has to shoot what, 10 under?
Yeah, what if he shoots 10 under and Cantlay shoots 5 under?
Then he loses. But if he shoots 10 under and we take no strokes, he has zero chance.
What do you mean? He could shoot 10 under and have no strokes. What do you mean?
That's not going to be the low score.
What if it is? It was many times on that list I wrote down.
Yeah, I just think there's a better chance of him shooting 10 under and the other guy's not playing great or just kind of hanging around than there is for him to be the low man and beat 20 other guys who are starting at even -1 or -2 or -3. Basically, my point
I
is
get
there's
what you're
less.
saying though, but what if he shot 11 under for the week, and that was the lowest round, but Cantlay shot fucking 5 under. That's all he
That
needed.
could
That's
that
all
could
Cantlay
happen.
needed to do.
That could happen, but aren't we saying we don't think it's going to?
I don't think it's going to, but I mean,
I don't think it is either. I just think my main point. I understand where you're coming from too. My main point is it's easier to beat 8 guys when we're already banking on those guys at the very top not playing well anyway, than it is to beat 22 guys who have zero pressure and could go crazy low.
I might bet both. To be honest with you, a little double dip.
That could be a good idea too, because you're not kicking yourself either way.
Rory won both,
Yeah.
and he was at -5. English is -4.
I mean, if the top guys play decent, play kind of good, 3, 4 under, you have to win both to win both. You have to be
Yeah.
the lowest guy to win both,
Yeah.
depending on where you're coming from.
Okay. What about, like, I don't know, Decky 30, Sergio 40? They're even -1.
Sergio doesn't go crazy low. I know he just shot 20 under, but I can't picture him going lowest. Decky maybe, but
They don't have
I
to
don't-
go crazy though. They can just shoot 13 under. None of these scores get higher than 15
yeah.
here ever. Only
Yeah,
two
I
par
just
fives.
true. Yeah, Sergio can do that. Sergio actually has been pretty good on putting in Bermuda too.
Yeah, Sanderson. I'm sure he's been horrific at some points though as well.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess I can see it, but I don't know.
So, all right, well that's that. So we're looking at English Sanjay. I like that JT number. Maybe Berger without the strokes. Anybody
Rory.
else missing? Oh yeah, and Rory.
I mean, could you
Yeah,
just go Rory, Sungjae, English with the strokes?
English Berger without.
Yeah.
Or you could just bet Rahm at 7-1, which I think is the best value on the fucking board, to be honest with you.
But the tough thing with him too is does he need to go be the lowest round? Sometimes you coast when you have a 2-shot lead on Sunday.
Yeah, true. Bet him at 4-1 then.
No. I don't love Rahm this week. I don't love him here.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fucking good, man.
He's great. My favorite golfer.
All right. How about the Italian Open?
I
I was
didn't.
going there, huh?
No, I didn't. I didn't know much about it until you talked to me about it earlier. So
Only
tell me.
bringing it up because your boy is showing some life. The Swede, Henrik.
I love
Third
Henrik.
last week, fourth the week before. He's 30-1. I say we throw a single bullet on Henrik at the Italian Open.
You don't got to twist my arm. I'm the president of the Henrik Stenson fan club. I got a signed hat over there with Henrik Stenson's name on it.
I don't even know where they're playing. Don't care. I think I'm just going to bet the 30.
Got to be somewhere in Italy, right?
You'd think. You'd think.
That's good enough for me.
They don't call it the Italian Open for nothing. I mean, when the favorite is Matt Fitzpatrick, I mean, I don't know. I'm not really scared. So,
and it's great to see him showing some life in all seriousness. I want one stretch of good golf from Henrik again, just one. I want to enjoy it. Well, just one more time in my life before he goes off into the sunset and goes tubing and jet skiing or whatever he does.
Yeah, maybe Patty's calling on him to play some good golf because he knows his team's going to get fucking destroyed at the Ryder Cup.
He should. I'd rather take him than a lot of those other guys.
Yeah, so I think I'm maybe not a full bet, but I'll dabble a little bit in Henrik.
It'd be something great to watch if you get the opportunity.
Maybe get a triple winner this week. Strokes, no strokes. Henrik. That'd be
Boy
nice.
can dream.
Boy, do I need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then lastly, got a few football pools. I'll talk about them real quick here. Run a couple. One's a survivor pool. It's a rebuy. If anybody's interested, reach out to me. You can just send me a DM on Twitter or something, or send it to Tap. It's rebuys up until week 6. Pool gets pretty nice. And then we also have a pick'em pool for the season. 5 games a week against the spread. Weekly prizes if you go 5-0. You can pick any 5 games you want. Just trying to get the pots up here. So if anybody's interested, let me know. I can get you all the information, league fees, etc. That's that. Yeah. Our last show until when are we coming back? Safeway or whatever the fuck they call it now.
I do a show for anything, so you tell me when and I'll be here. But I will say this real quick for those interested in the pools. It's not like joking around. You know how Blake's with the spreadsheets. You see it with the golf stuff. It's not like dicking around your uncle's pick'em pool. He's very organized, and it's obviously bigger money at stake. So website, all that good stuff. So that's definitely not a concern.
Yep. So just reach out to us if you want all the info. We can get it to you.
All right. Hey, it's been a great year. A lot of ups and downs. Maybe we'll do some type of like season review and best moments, and then like next year's season preview show or something like that.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna have some good stuff coming for the Ryder Cup. So.
Oh yeah, Ryder Cup. That's gonna be great too. All right, let's get a winner this week.
All right, let's go.